So I think that what we've seen and what many of us who've been in this space for quite a while have experienced is that traditional ways of doing things are we've been able to do some really highly effective things, but you still have a lot of recruiters spending time on administrative tasks rather than strategic hiring decisions, really not just recruiters, hiring leaders, anyone in the process, and that we haven't had the most effective way to objectively evaluate talent, find talent, assess talent, and then measure the effectiveness of that against our own talent strategy. All of that is changing with AI. So I'm really proud of what we've been able to do with some of the um, strategies that we're putting into place to optimize on that. I love that question. And I think you're right. They care about the same things that everyone cares about. I would say they want a quality experience, they want it fast, and they also want transparency
Mm.
in what's happening. I mean, I think that there's nothing more frustrating than the waiting game. Whether it be that you're waiting for anything in your life. It's hard to be patient, but especially when it's something as big and as important as a role or a job or a company that you're interested in. So I think that we have the ability with AI to not rely on an action being taken by a recruiter in order to generate that level of communication, update, transparency. And we have a way to personalize it again, all through AI in a way that we haven't. So we're far from perfect on it. We're on the journey, but you can already see the value and the benefits. And we've seen for multiple reasons, but we've seen a pretty substantial increase in the interest of opportunities at ServiceNow. And I think it's in part because that we're building trust with people that are interested in exploring opportunities here because we are being more consistent in how we communicate to them and we're being more transparent and the tools that are allowing us to do that. So I would say I'm maybe a little bit surprised by um, how it has boosted our affinity with the talent that we're interested in. I think that this is one of the biggest breakthroughs is being able to specifically identify and assess what skills are most critical. And then again, you're opening up doors to a lot more people who, if they didn't have those traditional markers, right, on their resume or in their background, probably wouldn't have been considered, but they're going to be phenomenal in specific roles or specific needs that you have. We're an AI company. Every single person uses AI every single day, but there's differences, there's dimensions of that. And so being able to use a skills intelligence strategy allows you to dimensionalize that and say, okay, actually we're going to help you. It's not as heavy, it's not as scary, it's not as time intensive to know that this is the level of proficiency you need on this skill for this role. And then also let's just map it out for you for where you want to go next. You'll need A, B, and C at this level of proficiency to step into this role. So I agree with you. I think it's just gonna for organizations that are investing
Yeah.
in using it for those purposes, going to be a real big win. How do you ensure that the whole person is being developed so that they are walking away with fundamentally like new skills, but also new capabilities, new knowledge, new mindsets, new behaviors, all of those things? You can't really just have someone take a course, right, and walk away with that. That's a piece of it, but really we take this holistic 4 E's framework, which includes education, right? That's supporting formal learning opportunities. But we also talk about exposure, which is ensuring that we're creating opportunities and programs that connect employees with like new teams or leaders, that they're getting exposure, right, to
Mhm.
leadership, to mentors, to peers, and that we're also real clear on the expectations. So we're establishing like clear growth pathways and metrics, that help people understand like this is the expectation. You deliver this, and here's what's available to you. So that's like education, exposure, expectations. And then the fourth one, though, where we really see our role is on experiences. And that is where you're going to gain, there's no substitute for actually doing something, right?
Yeah.
So, how do we help people experience, new internal like projects, or of course a formal movement into new roles, whether that's up or across, and helping make it a lot easier for them to find those opportunities and to gain those experiences. I think that we're actually now starting to get to the right nuance in the conversation,
Mhm.
which is AI is here to empower human beings.
Mhm.
Period. Right? Again,
Mhm.
it's here to unleash our potential. It's here to make our relationships better. I think our CEO says there's no um, what is it? There's no AI uh, like there's no AI empowerment without human empowerment. I'm sure I didn't get
Mhm.
that quote exactly right, but he's basically there's no AI revolution without like a human
Yeah.
revolution, or you can fill in the blank, but it's basically it is about an understanding that this is what it's here to serve. It's no different than any other technology that's been introduced. And if we embrace it for the good and we see how it is going to allow us to make better decision makings and to bring the things that are uniquely human to the forefront, then it's a win.